Well, it's become more and more apparent since the COVID-19 pandemic began as elder abuse is on the rise. The National Seniors Advocacy Group, CanAge, says it's seeing a tenfold increase in elder abuse across the country. And as care homes grapple with how to contain the deadly virus, older Canadians are also falling victim to scams and neglect. Lawyer Jasmine Daya handles cases of elder abuse and joins me now in an effort to raise awareness. Good morning, Jasmine.
Good morning. Thanks so much for having me.
Well, thanks for joining us. From your perspective, how have elders suffered more since this crisis began?
Well, we have a huge problem across Canada right now. 79% of the deaths in Canada are connected to long-term care homes. And that is, as you can imagine, a huge, huge number. In Canada, the last count was 2,859 deaths. It's amazing to see that Manitoba appears to have dodged the wrath of COVID-19, and let's hope it stays that way, as there's only 6 deaths in that province. But when we see these numbers, 79% from long-term care homes, we have to wonder what's happening behind closed doors.
It's certainly exposed cracks in our healthcare system, especially for those long-term care homes that look after our elders. Can you explain why is elder abuse on the rise, though, under these circumstances?
Well, elder abuse has always been present. I think it's important to acknowledge that. And as you properly pointed out, there are cracks in the system that are being exposed because the system is under strain. We're now seeing where the issues really are, and it's being exposed to the public. I have had cases over the years that demonstrate to me issues of elder abuse that aren't talked about enough, and now we're seeing it. So is it on the rise? Hard to say. I think that a lot of this has to do with exposure of what's been going on, combined with strain on the system.
Can you please explain what some of the more common forms of elder abuse are?
Sure. So elder abuse can take various forms. It can be physical, psychological, sexual, it can be financial, or it could be neglect. Sometimes it's hard to identify some of these types of elder abuse. If it's physical, you can usually see it. When it's psychological, sexual, financial, it's not always easy to identify. And our elders often don't speak about it. Sometimes they're embarrassed. Sometimes there's fear of retaliation against speaking out against the abuser. Sometimes they're not even aware it's happening, in terms of financial scams that they may have been a party to unknowingly. And in some cases, I've seen personally that some of our elders, sometimes they can't speak. I've got a client that is not able to verbally communicate. So how do they communicate when they are under this type of abuse? It's a really sad situation, but it exists, and it's important that we talk about it.
And it's definitely more difficult for family members to do those wellness checks when so many of these care homes are in lockdown. So what should someone do if they think something is happening to an elder?
So if they think there is elder abuse, if it's of the situation that warrants calling the police, you definitely want to call the police and report the wrongdoing. There is the Seniors Abuse Support Line available in Manitoba. There is also the Protection for Persons in Care office in Manitoba for individuals that are living in long-term care homes. If there's an issue in one of those homes, you want to report it. But also, simple things such as talking to trusted family members of the elder, talking to a physician or a nurse. You definitely want to communicate what you observe if you suspect elder abuse, because that's the only way to help these individuals.
It's certainly not the time to be silent on that matter.